I'm Rob C. Hinds and welcome to another Freebie Friday. Now this Freebie Friday I'm going to be, this Freebie Friday is coming from my back garden. The weather wasn't fantastic, so I didn't want to be travelling around the Sussex to be looking for a venue to do Freebie Friday from. So I just thought I'd just keep it local, do it in my garden. Now what I want to talk to you about this week is transformations. Now transformations occur everywhere in nature. And I'm just going to give you just a couple of examples of some fantastic transformations that you can see. Now, if you take a piece of coal has to be subjected to an immense amount of pressure for it to be able to then turn into the beautiful object that we know as a diamond. If you think of a pearl is just a coagulation of sand as it lays inside a clam at the bottom of the ocean. But after intense pressure upon it, then it turns into a pearl, which again is something which man values as very, very precious. If you think of another transformation, the insect transformation, the caterpillar. When you first see a caterpillar, it's just a long, thin object. It just is like a small insect. But then after a while, it eats and it eats and it eats because it's got a blueprint to make that transformation. That will then fall into a sleep. It will build a chrysalis around itself, and then it will transform into one of the most beautiful insects that you're going to see, a caterpillar, with a myriad of colours and all different beautiful things attached to it. So there are so many different transformations that we can see through nature, and we are able to produce transformations like that. It doesn't matter in what situation you find yourself in now, whether you have got the type of finances that you have, whether you haven't got the type of finances you have, whether you haven't got that soul mate, whether you haven't got that life partner, whether you're not at the ideal weight that you want to be, you can take yourself through a transformation. All you need is the dedication, you need the desire, and you need the persistence to be able to do that. And again, if you look at nature, when we always want inspiration, we go to nature, we mimic whatever we see in nature. So if we can see nature do it, then we know that we can do it. It may mean that we have to go through intense pressure. It may mean that we need to change the things that we are doing, but we are capable of having that transformation and turning ourselves into something which we probably didn't imagine that we could turn into. But we are all capable of making that fantastic transformation. Even if you look at a man-made object, if you look at steel, steel only gets its hardness because it goes under intense pressure. As it gets subjected to that intense heat, that is then what helps it to gain that strength. And once it gains its strength, it can be used to build skyscrapers, it can be used to take trains, to take freight, to take an immense amount of weight. But it has to go through that period of intense heat and over a duration of time. And that's exactly what we can do. If we commit ourselves to doing something, making it a habit, sometimes we may be under immense stress, but you have to keep knowing that we're going through that transformation process. That transformation process isn't easy. If it were easy, then everybody would do it. But all you've got to do, make sure that you keep your eyes on your prize and know that you can go through that transformation process just like anything else that you see in nature. You can go through that as well. So just think of transformation. Look at the things that nature has transformed. There'll be many, many other examples of things that are transformed through nature. Transformed through intense heat, through intense pressure, or through intense force against it. And then the beauty is then revealed to everybody. Now I'm going to be coming at you next week with another Freebie Friday, hopefully from a different venue, different outdoor venue, hopefully with a bit more sunshine as well. But until then, keep reading, keep studying, keep growing. I'll see you next week on Freebie Friday. I'm Rob C.